Hi, so I wanted to do a read on MAGA, Trump's base, Trump supporters, Trump voters who love him and think he's going to make America great again. Are they seeing things differently right now that he's sort of their home and Trump's on display as like just a totally incompetent idiot who really just cares about Trump and nobody else and is just a performer and a bad one at that? Are they finally waking up? Are they budging? Are they seeing some things? Are they having moments of reflection on things? So here's what I got. If you have any thoughts on this spread, leave in comments below, or if you have any recommendations for reads, I'd love to hear that. And like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more. So here's what I see is a stubbornness. I see this as the guy who's holding on to these talking points, sort of like ammunition, a very defensive stance. Like you might say, what a mess, and they'll say, well, it's China's fault, because that's what Trump's saying, and or whatever, like Fox News will repeat over and over, like, the economy or Hillary was worse, or, they're holding tight. They're not wanting to see the truth. It's like, hello, do you see things are bad? No, I'm not gonna look. So that's what I see as sort of where they still are. Meanwhile, on the surface of things, the world is crumbling and things are falling apart. It kind of couldn't be worse for Trump right now. And I think his mind is crumbling, and it's all very bad. But in the meantime, they're just sort of like still staying stubborn. Although I do see that some people are jumping ship. I think in all the read is saying, well, some are still holding tight, others are reflecting. This is what I see beneath the surface. And I see this as like people who are at home, they're maybe finally starting to do some reading in some of the quote fake news, publications that they are told not to look at because it's fake news. But really they're kind of going, well, this is really just reporting things that are said and done. Maybe I should look. And so they might be having some deeper thoughts on this. And also in the past, it was a game. It was just funny to a lot of people. It was a performance. It was, they just thought he was like this entertaining clown. And that's why they liked him. And now I see people as becoming a lot more serious, actually. This is over. There's nothing funny about this anymore. You think it's fun to own the libs, or oh, we made the snowflakes cry, or whatever. It's like, you're over. Now there's more weight to the situation, and people are feeling more serious. I do see this as some Trump men even becoming more serious, and almost like the weight of what have I done? I did this. I was part of this. So I do see that there. Or at least, if they're not there yet, that it's coming. The Empress card, in a time like right now in a pandemic, there's a force of caring about one another that is so much bigger than Trump. I see her expression and I feel the light of this card. It's just bigger than him, and it's making him just look more and more absurd. So this is sort of here. It's here in the world, and it's growing in us. And so that's a positive card, that change is here. But it's interesting to see it with this card because some people do not want to see it. They don't want to take that into their heart. They don't want to see what's really happening. So it's like both things are here. And this could also be in general women, but I do see men here too. But maybe not having it anymore. So of course the fear is the heartbreak of having to face the truth. If these people really thought Donald Trump was going to clean out some deep state and get the corruption out, which it was almost like they just got convinced there was corruption, and so therefore he was going to clear out the corruption. Really, it's the other way around. I think he brought in corruption and built corruption in the White House. It's never been perfect, but it's never been this bad. And I think it would just, obviously break their hearts to have to feel like they got so fooled, because there's such a pride to these people. of like, oh, we know the truth of things and you don't. And it's like, what if the truth is just that he's a clown and an idiot and a corrupt mobster that fooled you? That's tough to take. So long term, I see, at first I got these two. I see an investigation, and I see overseas, maybe financial business overseas, and an investigation. A lot of people always thought, just totally exposed. These things will be exposed, and somehow that is tied to them finally like seeing both sides and accepting and understanding. A lot of people always said there's going to be, maybe this is tax returns and seeing what kind of deals he has overseas, which we should have all, just to think that we have a president, we don't even know what he's invested in. He could be like invested in the Russian oil company, and we don't even know that he actually literally is working for Russia, because he's whatever. So dumb that we don't have that, and they're trying to hide it. Anyway, and then, so people always thought, like a lot of readers thought this will be his end, and then the coronavirus stuff happens, and it's like, or is it this? But this is telling me that it will come back to that sort of thing. I don't know if this is while he's in office or later, or it doesn't matter, because that's when MAGA will turn and see the light. And so it's like we're not quite there yet. Geez, these cards, just the stubbornness, refusal to look, blindfolded. But you've got these other very big forces, the Tower, the Hermit, the Empress. So the forces are coming, and they just have to finally give up the control. And like this card is also telling me at the base, kind of what I was saying, like some people are, some people aren't. It's like there's no really solid answer, but definitely some are. I think some are pulling away. If they're not admitting it on the surface yet, it's happening beneath the surface. So that's pretty cool. And geez, you would hope so. So let me know your thoughts, or if you have any suggestions, and thanks for watching. Bye.